Yesterday's testimony took a shocking turn when Absalom Zungu stepped into the witness box and delivered one of the most explosive moments of this trial. What he revealed didn't just challenge the state's version. It placed Colonel Gininda directly under fire. Zungu insisted he never spoke to Gininda in English, and he completely rejected the statement Gininda claims came from him. That contradiction alone sent ripples through the courtroom, and you're about to see exactly how it unfolded. Let's go straight to the moment it all erupted. Watch this carefully.
This statement has already been admitted as an exhibit here at court. Then it reads as follows. It starts with the case number that has got to do with this case, which is First Lawrence case number 636-10 of 2014. And it proceeds as follows. I, the undersigned, Absalom Nhlanhlezi Zungu, with ID number 5802 14558-082, state under oath in English.
Sibhaliwe ke ngalendlela ubhaliwe ke lapha ke inamba yeqala leli ke phambi kwenkantolo. Mina ke uAbsalom Nhlanhlezi Zungu ibhaliwe ke inamba ye-ID lapha yana eku 580214558082 ngisho lokhu okulandelayo ngesingisi.
Now before we proceed, did you at any point talk to Gininda in English?
Ingabe sikhona yini isikhathi la owakhulumisana khona noGininda ngikhuluma ngesingisi? No. No.
No.
Yeah, you see that when we were growing up, you know, other people would say, "Hey, ungazomphendula ngiyonimfene of so imfene." It means that's the language of the monkeys, you know. Either you say yes or no. Do you understand? But here at court, that the mic does not pick it up.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
I see.
Yeah. So what you're saying is there is no point, no time at which you ever had a conversation with Gininda using English.
Uthi ke asikho isikhathi la owakhulumisana khona noGininda nisebenzisa ulimi lesingisi? No.
Thank you. Now Gininda proceeds and say, this is what you told him. What I'm reading here is, according to Gininda, what you told him. Do you understand?
Engikufundayo lana ke into ekhulunywa uGininda eshiwo uGininda ethi wayitshela wena mina ngiyafunda ke.
Now he says, you told him that I am an adult male born on the 14th of February 1958. We are residing at Sethuge section in Tembisa. I am currently unemployed but do temporary work at Petrative SG Coal Company with cellular number. I won't read that into records. I won't read your cellular number into records.
Okubhaliwe ke laphansi ukuthi ke ngumuntu wesilisa osekhulileke owazalwa ke nge-14 zika February 1958 ngihlala ke e25 Sethuge section eThembisa njengamanje ngaleso sikhathi leso ke angisebenzi kodwa ke kukhona ke la engimane ngibamba khona ke ePetrative kwinkampani ke noma company ke iyamalahle ubhaliwe ke inamba kodwa ke asingeke siyifunde ke inamba yakho yocingo.
Now, is it you who told him that you were an adult male who was born on the 14th of February 1958 and you were residing at number 25 Sethuge section in Tembisa?
Kwakuwena ke wamtshela lokhu ukuthi ke usumuntu wesilisa osekhulile owazalwa nge-14 zika February 1958 uhlala e25 Sethuge section eThembisa.
Angihlala eThembisa.
I don't reside in Tembisa.
Is it you who told him that you are currently unemployed but do temporary work at Petrative SG Coal Company?
Kwakuwena owamtshela ukuthi ke ngaleso sikhathi leso wawungasebenzi kodwa ke kunamatoho manje owabamba lapha yana lapha ePetrative kwinkampani ke yamalahle.
Ungangiseza ngibhekele unyaka la
Can you assist me in
unyaka kwangumkhondoku
Makbala lokhu? Can you just assist me with regards to the year in which this statement was taken down?
It was taken on the 17th of November 2019.
Kwakungeyi 17 uNovember unyaka ka2019.
angisebenzi la Piet Retief
Sorry.
akaze ngisebenze Piet Retief
I've never worked in Piet Retief.
At the time at which the statement was taken on 17 November 2019, do you still remember where were you working? If you were working?
Ingabe usakhumbula yini ukuthi wawusebenza kuphi nendawo ngeyi-17 zikaNovember 2019 uma kuwukuthi wawusebenza ngaleso sikhathi?
ngangise-ML
I was in Emelo.
And doing what at ML?
Wawenzani khona lapho?
angisebenza lapha koplant kodwa hayi plant angisebenzela khona ngomunye umsebenzi engiwenza.
There were some plants there where I was working, so I was working there.
Thank you. Now, he proceeds and say, you told him that in late 2017, I met Mpekiseni Ntanzi, who is my relative from the homelands in KwaNongoma.
You can read it.
Oh, thank you. I met Mpekiseni in Durban at KwaMashu squatter camp. It was during the general discussion between myself and him, whereby he told me something shocking. He said to me, there was once a fight or an argument between his brother Mafika Ntanzi and another Ntanzi brother in Sesotho homeland in KwaNongoma. I do not recall what was Mafika arguing with his other brother about, according to Mpekiseni.
Sure, that's Sesotho.
Sesotho. I think it's written Sesotho or Sesotho homeland.
Uyaqhubeka ke kuloko akubhalileke ngicela ulalele kahle ke baba akubhalileke uBininda uthi ke unyaka usewuhambileke ngo2017 uthi uxoxa wena lokho ngahlangana noMbhekiseni Ntanzi okuyisihlobo sami ke emakhaya kwaNongoma ngahlangana noMbhekiseni eThekwini eDurban emkhukhwini noma emjondolo wakwaMashu kwakunokuxoxisana okwakukhona ke phakathi kwami kanye naye ke la angitshela khona ke into ethusayo wathi kumina ke kwakunempi eyayikhona phakathi noma ke uxabano kwakukhona phakathi kwamfowabo uMafika Ntanzi kanye nomunye umfowabo koNtanzi anginasiqiniseko nje usosoko noma usosopho emakhaya kwaNongoma angisakhumbulike ukuthi uMafika yini le ayexabanela nomfowabo ngokusho kwakhe uMbhekiseni uGinyinda ke la wabhala uthi wayitshelwa wena lokho.
Now he says here, you told him that you met Mpekiseni Ntanzi, who is a relative from the homeland in KwaNongoma.
Lana ke akubhalile uBrigadier Gininda ukuthi wena wamtshela ukuthi wahlangana noMbhekiseni Ntanzi ekuwumkhaya noma ke enibuya endaweni eyodwa ke emakhaya kwaNongoma.
Did you ever tell him this?
Sorry.
Did you ever tell Brigadier Gininda this?
Ingabe wamtshela yini uGininda lokho?
khona ngaba ngisangibuza lokho bekungena lokho kade kusho ekuqaleni la bangisangibuza ngakho
Kuphi kona?
ngibhale umjondolo yonke le
Ngicela ulalela ubaba ne angithi asikafiki kule ndawo yomjondolo uthi manje silana manje uthi uGininda ngo2017 wena wamtshela ukuthi wahlangana noMbhekiseni Ntanzi ekuyisihlobo sakho nibuya endaweni eyodwa kwaNongoma asikafiki kule ndawo yomjondolo sisaya lapha uyabuza ke ummeli manje ukuthi wamtshela yini uGininda lokho ukuthi wena wahlangana noMbhekiseni Ntanzi enibuya endaweni eyodwa kwaNongoma.
noma ngabe ngangikhuluma ngoMbhekiseni kodwa kusikho lokho.
Even if I was speaking about Mbekiseni, but it is not this.
Did you ever tell Gininda that in 2017, late 2017, you met Mbekiseni Ntanzi, who is a relative of yours, and Mbekiseni Ntanzi is from the homeland in KwaNongoma?
Umbuzo uthi ngicela ulalela umbuzo baba ulalelisise kahle. Ubhaliwe lana uGininda ubhalile wathi wena wamtshela wathi ngo2017 wena wahlangana noMbhekiseni Ntanzi. uMbhekiseni yisihlobo sakho futhi uMbhekiseni nibuya endaweni eyodwa emakhaya kwaNongoma. Umbuzo ke manje uthi wamtshela yini lokho uGininda wena?
Hayi.
No.
Thank you. Now, he further says that you told him that you met Mbekiseni in Durban at KwaMashu squatter camp.
Sifikileke manje kule ndawo ubuqeda ungibuza ngayo ke. Uyaqhubeka ke uGininda wathi wamtshela wathi uma wena uhlangana noMbhekiseni nahlangana eThekwini emjondolo kwaMashu.
Angikwazi konke lokho.
I know.
Mjondolo lapho.
I don't.
Konke le ndawo eseThekwini.
I know nothing about that. The squatter camp, all of that place in Durban.
Okay, now, did you or did you not tell Gininda this information?
Mbuzo ke uthi wamtshela noma uzange umtshele yini uGininda lokho?
Hayi, akaze ngimtshele mina ukuthi ngihlala eThekwini.
No, I never told him this, that I was staying in Durban.
Thank you. Now,
As we bring this episode to a close, ask yourself, if Absalom Zungu's version is true, then Gininda didn't just make a misstep. He manipulated the process. He inserted a statement and claimed he spoke English with Zungu when Zungu says he never did. He placed Zungu in a position of serious vulnerability. And if that betrayal of trust and oath is real, then the consequences must be equally serious. Under the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977 and related law, giving false testimony or knowingly making a false statement while under oath is no small matter. It undermines the entire justice system. If Gininda knowingly forged or misrepresented the truth for his own advantage, we must ask, what punishment should follow? A fine? Suspension? Criminal charges? What message will this send about accountability in our institutions? Here are the questions we leave with you. Do you believe Zungu's version, that he never spoke to Gininda in English and never made that statement? If Gininda is found guilty of misleading the court or assisting in a false statement, should he face full criminal charges for perjury or giving false evidence? What kind of repercussions are fair in this scenario to restore faith in the system and deter future misconduct? Thank you for watching this deep dive. Your voice matters. Drop your thoughts below, engage respectfully, and help us hold those in power to account. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can keep digging into these critical stories. Until next time, stay alert, stay informed. I'm Skybreach. Goodbye.